Hi boys and girls, I'm super excited to show you what we're going to do today. We're going to do a type of art called op art, and op art is short for optical art. It uses optical illusions. An optical illusion is something that tricks your eye, and op art looks or gives the impression that there's movement on the page or that there is something popping or swelling or warped coming out of the page. So it's really, really fun to do, and it's super cool. So I'm going to show you one that's pretty simple today, and then later I'll do another lesson that is a little bit more complicated but even cooler looking. So we're going to start with just a pencil, a piece of paper, and your hand. And these are a few examples. I'm just going to show you a few here that I did that I was working on. And you can see it sort of looks like my hand is popping off of the page. This one I didn't make my curves big enough, and so it's not very good. I wasn't very happy with the way that one turned out. So we're going to take a piece of paper and place your hand. You want it to be pretty much straight up, and your fingers pretty much going straight up. My ring kind of gets in my way when I do it, but pretty much straight up on the paper. And when you trace, you want to keep your pencil straight up and down. If you tilt your pencil like this, you're going to get really skinny fingers and it won't work quite as well. So you want to keep your pencil straight up, and I'm going to kind of turn here so that my arm is straight too. So I'm just going to, keeping my pencil straight up, I'm just going to follow along, and you can get somebody to help you if you want somebody to do the tracing. And you hold your hand still, absolutely do that. And I'm just going to come around. My ring's going to make a little bump. I might erase my ring out of there. Yeah, I don't like the way my ring looks right there, so I'm just going to erase that and just take it straight down like that. And the same right over here where my ring was, I'm just going to erase. Aren't erasers the coolest invention? There we go. Okay, now, if you want to use a ruler to do this, you can absolutely use a ruler, but I just like to do it with my, just with my pencil. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to make a straight line on each side of our hand or arm, and we're going to make a curve on the arm, and we want it all to line up. So I'm going to see if I can do that upside down. Now I'm going to start out this way. So I'm going to make a straight line that's going to come over and touch my arm. And when I get to my arm, I'm going to make a good sized curve. And then I'm going to draw my straight line out again. And I'm going to just keep doing that, make a straight line. And I can always go back and erase things. A nice curve. And my straight line, and I just keep on. Sometimes people say there are no mistakes in art, but I make mistakes all the time. I try to work with them. I try to fix them and make them something cool, but I make them all the time. Like right here, I've got a few mistakes already that I'm probably going to go back and erase. So I kind of am off the page a little bit there. Normally I would just go back when I was done, but I think I'm just going to fix these right now. Kind of not happy with the way I'm making my curves or my lines there. I'm trying to go a little bit fast because I'm making a video here, but when you do it, take your time. If you get your curve too big, it won't really be effective, and if you get it too small, it won't. But you can just keep trying it, keep practicing just like I did. I did a whole bunch, and I always use the back of my paper because I do not like to waste paper. So just keep on doing it, and you get the hang of it. It's really pretty fun to do. What I want to get to here are the fingers, so you can see the fingers. I just heard my dogs come in. Could you hear them? They just came in the doggy door. And they're running around looking for me. We have 3 little rescue dogs. So we have Ricky and Poppy and Sammy. So now I'm getting close to my fingers. So I'm going to show you what happens when I get up here to my fingers. Just where I'm on my hand, do I make the curve. so now I'm at the thumb. I'm coming to, my hand stops, so I'm going to just make a straight line there. And then I'm going to curve and then a straight line. Okay. Now when I get to my fingers, same thing, I'm going to curve and then a straight line between my fingers and then a curve, straight. Kind of got that a little bit far off. I don't really like the way I did that. I think I'm going to fix that. I think that I got that just a little bit too high. I'll go back. Well, actually, it'll be hard if I keep going. So what I'm going to do is just take that down a little bit. I kind of angled that up too much, and it's too far apart. I'm not really happy with that. So see, I make mistakes all the time, so I don't want you to worry if you make a mistake, okay? Because we all do it. Nobody's perfect. Okay, so I'm going to take that, make a nice big curve there, my line, and then actually this is going to go all the way because those fingers start a little bit. There we go. Okay, and now curve, straight. You kind of want to keep them at the same place, and that's what I did wrong there. And then a curve. Okay, there we go. That's better. I didn't have my fingers really very straight like I would have liked them to be. They were spread out kind of a lot there. Just about done with my thumb there. So then when I get to where my thumb is, I'm just going to go straight across. It gets a little bit. Sometimes I just confuse myself. I start trying to think it through too much, so you just want to sort of keep it pretty much lined up. Okay, so now I'm right at the top of my pinky, so I'm just going to curve it right there. And you can see I've gone over my thumb. I'm just going straight there. And so now I'll just go straight across at my pinky, and then I'll keep going with my fingers, with the curves on my fingers until I get over the top of my fingers. Then, if you want to color it or put some more lines in, create some cool patterns, you can do that. Now this is pretty much at the top. And that's pretty much at the top. So I think I've just got one more curve there. And then just straight. And I would just finish that out. And does it look like my hand is coming off of the page? And then you can color and add some more detail to it, okay? So this is op art. It pops off the page or it creates movement. The next one we do, I'll probably do another one next week, and I'll do one next week that kind of pops off the page, okay? I hope you guys enjoy doing your op art. I love you. I miss you. I hope that you and your family are healthy. I love you. Bye, boys and girls.